e te iwi nau mai, hara mai ki tēnei pāpahotanga a Whakaata Māori. Ka mihi ki ngā maunga, ngā wai, me ngā hika o tēnei rohe o Rotorua. Tēnā koutou katoa ki ngā kai whakahaere, ngā kai wawao, ngā kai tautoko, me ngā kai whakataitai anō hoki he mihi mahana hoki kia koutou katoa. E hi kaka ana māua ki te mātaki e nei tima katoa I tēnei wā. Ko Sean Mulki tōku ingoa, and today I am joined in the commentary by none other than Maya Williams. Tēnā koe, Maya.
Moatara e tai, moatara e te whānau whānui. Great to have you with us here on day 3. It's quite an emotional day, the last day of a tournament. We've been ripping on all weekend, and now we get to the business end of the tournament. And when I say emotional, I'm emotional because it's the last day I'll be able to get the power-loaded fries. Not that I need anything, but oh, how good they have been. Weather today couldn't be any better. Yesterday we had a bit of dew on the ground. Today sun's out, absolutely no dew. Finals field looking fantastic. Great job there. As you see all of our sponsors' signs around for our 2023 Bunnings Warehouse Secondary School Touch Nationals here in Rotorua. And our first game, Sean.
Yeah, for sure, Maya. As you say, the business end of the tournament, where all the niggles and the injuries seem to disappear, and we get to see the absolute pinnacle of the tournament as we see the two teams running out here this morning.
Yeah, first up we got the Lincoln High School and Lincoln agonisingly going down against Mount Albert Grammar to go into the championship semi-final, 7-8 in a drop-off. It's really gutting to lose, but even more gutting when it's in a drop-off. But as you see there, the Lincoln High School team, and talking to the Lincoln coach, the far side girl winger has played every single minute of the game in this tournament. And finally, let me tell you, they have had 7 games, of which 6 they won and 1 they lost in a drop-off. And their far side winger, I'm going to try and find her name here, has played every single minute. What a superstar.
Yeah, quite the effort there, especially on such a big tournament like what these tamariki have played in this weekend. And as we see, going up against Lincoln High School this morning is Mahurangi College mixed in the white singlets, just about to come onto the field here. As we see the team list come up on your screen, the two to look out for, the co-captains, Tommy Durbin-Burgess and Inez. Unfortunately, Inez has had a bit of an injury this morning, Maya, and she won't be able to take the field. However, we're looking forward to seeing a few young stars come through this Mahurangi side, coached by the two superstars from the Touch Blacks Open mixed, Tama Hawken and Mariana Winiana, as well as the Mauri teacher from their school and the father of Mariana, Michael Winiana, and managed by Claire Winiana. So quite the family affair going on. He mihi kawana ki te whānau Winiana anō hoki ki tōku tino hoa a Tama Hawken, neira te mihi nui ki a koutou. And just a special shout out to a few of the Mahurangi players there. The older brother of Tommy Durbin-Burgess, George Durbin-Burgess, also a member from the Touch Blacks team. Shout out to you, Georgie boy. A very exciting game we've got coming up here, Maya.
Yeah, not only exciting for the teams that we see in front of us, but also for the refs and our referees for today's match. Ben Matthews, he'll lead this team off, as well as Thomas Pilkington and Sam Taylor, who we see just running towards the camera at the bottom of the screen there. So good teams need good refs, and that's a good team of refs here.
No, absolutely right there, Maya. We've been very lucky to see some amazing officiating coming from the whole cohort of referees this weekend, as we see both teams coming out to take the field in what is called the Mahuri final, the tinana o te rākau, the wāhanga of the tree that the plate final has taken some new names this year. So the plate section final here between Lincoln High School and Mahurangi College.
Early prediction, Sean?
Well, I can't go quite far past this Mahurangi side, as they've done very well in the past. Third last year, so they would be very gutted not to be going up around that top spot again this year. I'm sure they will come out firing, but I know that this Lincoln High School is equally just as fit, just as fast, and will give them one hell of a challenge.
If you've got Mahurangi, I've got Lincoln, and talking to their coach, just as we see the first touch of the game, talked about this was their year to do it, and so they were devastated that they went down in that drop-off. So that being the case, only 1 loss in a drop-off, I reckon they've probably got a lot that they want to get back. Great work in the middle in the first set by Mahurangi, Sean.
Yeah, just a simple setup there. We saw the ball in the hands of Tommy Durban Burgess, one to look out for early in the piece. And as he goes down that field, he makes it look all a little bit too easy as that other young superstar that we've been told to look out for, Lucas Membry, an up-and-coming player for them. It'll be interesting to see how he goes throughout this game.
Lincoln now with their first opportunity. Unfortunately, just not square at the roll ball. Probably a few nerves, do you think, potentially?
Yeah, I think always on day 3, no matter what sort of position you're playing for, there's a lot on the line. And as we see Mahurangi working their way out of the field, fresh legs coming on. Lincoln matching up the challenge through the orange zone of the field here. Great defense out there by the Lincoln girl link side.
And there you see her, Alicia Robinson, the number 36 for Lincoln, out on the wing every single minute of a game. I know your Mahi's really, really good that when you're playing, Sean, but there's no way you would have ever been able to play every minute of the game, would you?
No, absolutely not. And I definitely take my hat off to those wahine that are able to stay out there and play the full duration of a game one time, let alone for a whole tournament, Maya.
Leah McGee in the middle with Matthews. Matthews just going back door. Oh, I really would have liked to see that play being allowed to go on. I think they had the Mahurangi defence probably at 1s and 2s. But anyway, the fresh set here with Leah McGee. Oh, that's a killer, that, right?
Oh.
There was a really good setup prior to that touch being penalty being awarded that I thought they might have scored on. You get the penalty, you think, oh, cool, at least we get a fresh 6, and then you drop the ball on the roll ball straight away. Unlucky there for Lincoln.
And we talked about yesterday the speed of which the games are being played at. We talked about it with the men's division. We've been just blown away by the speed, the consistency, the strength, and to see how fast that this game has come out right from the get-go. Just an impressive start. Again, just another little error there coming out of the Lincoln sub-box. Maybe those nerves are taking over a little bit, but the coach will be looking to settle them down as they come back to their box. And Mahurangi get the opportunity to potentially run a starter play here, Maya.
The coach obviously heard you is looking into the box, and straight away he's just telling his players that just come off, just relax, just calm down. So, yep, great advice there, Sean. And I'm no doubt the Lincoln team will get into it. I don't think they're scared. I just think they're so keen.
Yeah.
On the live stream, knowing, big shout out to the ex-Turtles, the ex-Lincoln players that are watching on the live stream. Big shout out, and I'm sure you're proud of what your team's done so far.
That's good.
And what they hopefully will do in this game, as we see, unfortunately, ball not go to hand for Mahurangi.
Yeah, two teams that have been in this mixed division for quite some years now. Very prominent figures. They are always up and around that top tier, aren't they, Maya? And we see Lincoln working out of their side of the half. We talked about that sub-play going through the centre of the field, where a bit of a change-up and they get those extra yards.
Yeah, Mahurangi, when I first started coaching at Tidal College, they were one of the gun teams every single year for those first few years, and so it's great to see them back here at the Nationals doing well.
Funny you talk about those two teams there, Maya. Being at my school, they were the two teams that caused heartbreak 2 years in a row, so funny to see them out here still doing very, very well.
Getting themselves set. Looks like this will be running into the 5th touch. Nice drive here, hopefully wanting to link up. Maybe could have set something up there, the 5th touch, to add something to go on.
Yeah, I think just the awareness of the count potentially. I think he might have seen something open up a little bit there. The ability to stop on a dime though and play that ball would have been quite a skill to see. I'm sure they'll look to hopefully go back to a platform in the following sets to come.
And we have our first forward pass, or as we like to call it, maka whakamua, from our kupuho from yesterday, Sean.
Ai te kato there, e hoa, as we see Mahurangi working their way up the field. Fresh legs to come on, I'd say here, as I'm sure we'll see that number 1, Durban Burgess, come back onto the field. Ball back in his hands.
Here he is, off his left foot, looking short. Oh, great defense there from the Lincoln link. Not sure what the number was, but great read, got in there and snuffed that one out for Mahurangi, who looked really, really dangerous. Sean, with the coaching hat on, I found that at the secondary schools in particular, it's a development sort of tournament for refereeing as well as it is for players, and you'd get a mix of skill levels and experience in the first 2 days, and then if you're lucky enough to make it to the pointy end of the tournament on day 3, you'd get the best referees that there are at the tournament. We see here Lincoln left to right. Oh, that was sweet.
Playing all those games, I'm sure that's not her first dot down of the tournament. I'm sure she's got many strikes next to her name.
I'm sure the number on the back is the tally of touchdowns she's got over the last 2.5 days. As we see here, just a nice setup in the middle of the field. Gets a quickie, wing it, come in to help, and beautiful left to right. Left to right, before I go back to the last story, I heard you're a left to right exponent. So you've been humble all weekend talking about these left to right, but apparently you've got an absolute shotgun left to right.
Oh, no. Not particularly. I like to think so, but only on certain occasions when I get lucky or the wind's going from behind me. But as you say, Maya, we've been a bit of a secret weapon, hasn't it? The left to right pass this weekend. We've seen it come across all divisions, especially through that women's grade. I thought it was very prominent there as well.
Mannion here with the ball. Couldn't quite sneak through. Good defence there from Lincoln. Just going back to what I was saying, so you've been in a lot of finals and been in the pointy end of the tournaments on day 3. I found that it was really hard to adjust from the reffing of day 1 and 2 into the reffing of day 3, because now everything was being picked up constantly. Did you have that similar experience or not really?
Most definitely, yeah. We as you go through the tournament, you tend to come up against teams of equal ability, especially when you're going through into that higher grade, and as well as the referees are at the absolute pinnacle of their game. So everything, as you say, does get to begin to get picked up a little bit more. The referees are quite strict on us, but it's for the betterment of our game, and for us as players, we can't let that fatigue overtake our skill sets, and the referees keep us honest on that.
Back to the action with Matthews, just using his gas. Really? Oh, no way. There was absolutely nothing on. Matthews was just dancing around the middle and thought, I'm going to gas 3 people, get into the in goal, and I'll link up with, who did he link up with, as we see it here in the replay? Matthews just around the outside in the link wing channel. Good support there from the number 5, Liam McGee. Nice dot down. Lincoln on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they did very well to free up there and stay in the support line. Sometimes you see your dummy half go off on a run like that and you think, what's going to happen here? And they did very well to track up with them there. Rangatahi, the score early on here, 2-1, with just over the first half gone. The call there, not going over the ball, Maya. As you say, coming late into the piece, we haven't seen that penalty be blown too much throughout the game. Could be just a bit of fatigue coming from the players there, but also just equally our referees very well officiated there. Yeah,
the team who can adjust the quickest is obviously going to be able to have the best opportunity in this game. As we see a nice setup again, number 4, Lewis Honey.
We're seeing some great strike come from the Lincoln side here. Very long-range pick. That they were matched by great defence there. Tommy Durbin-Burgess making a great touch and pulling his profile, but the work done by his inside middle there to square up early and lift into that channel to prevent that dummy half getting too much time on the ball was very good to see.
The long-range pick is not something we often see. Is it something that's underutilised, do you think?
I definitely think so, because teams become a little bit complacent through the orange zone, which we refer to as the sort of the centre of the field, from almost 25 to 75, and to see it, I think we've seen it a few times this weekend, but I think teams should look to utilise it a little bit more often. Well defended there by Lincoln on the line as 5th touch comes. We'll see where Mahurangi tries to end this. Well matched.
Good set of defence there from Lincoln. Momentum swing in their favour. Scored the last 2. Pedro, and now they're working away off their defensive line. Nearly caught one of the Mahurangi players in the ruck. Really, really good yards there from the number 34. Oh, good touch. That totally took away all the momentum.
He pākaharo atu tēnā. Very strong touch by the Mahurangi middles. Unfortunately, just not able to get back on side. This will give Lincoln a great attacking opportunity as they are only 20 metres out from their try line there, Maya.
Yeah. Unfortunately, number 6 from Mahurangi, Barnaby Paul, just didn't quite get back on side. You see here, great opportunity. I think if he went under, he might have got that. Then he had the Mahurangi player almost like a wonky donkey.
Yeah, great defence there, Maya. Just the footwork on attack. As we see that left to right again, going over the top of all of the Mahurangi defenders. Out to that wing girl. Paiwell, I believe it is. I think her number on the back of her jersey needs to go up even more, Maya. My apologies, Robinson.
Yep. It's quite deceptive when you see a player passing just before the touchdown line and then someone catching it over. But when it's a 30-metre pass, as we know, pass out of the back of the hand, drifts forward while it's in the air. Beautiful touchdown, 2-2. These are the games we want. Today is drop-off day. The committee is very happy that it is drop-off day. I'm hoping every game is a drop-off in all 16 fields that's happening around the venue.
As we see Durban Burgess go back to that right to left pass that we saw earlier in this first half. Unfortunately, didn't go to hand. He's fine-tuned it a little bit more and it's worked again. Going back to probably that player IQ, I think, identifying that hole is open out wide, and I wouldn't take it far past the calibre of coaching they've got in their sub-box there in the likes of Tama and Mariana, as we see Lincoln with the tap off from halfway. Rua ki te rua, the score, as Mahurangi bring it back even.
Lincoln straight back into their work. Denver Parrott, one of the leaders of the Wahine in this team. Good defence there from Mahurangi. Just as we're talking about this game, for those of us who have just joined us for the first time and haven't been with us the last 2 days, at this 2023 Bunnings Secondary School Touch Nationals held in Rotorua, we actually have 81 teams, 41 of them are in the grade that we're looking at now, the mixed grade. We've got 21 boys teams and 19 female teams. So this is one of the biggest tournaments that we get in the year. It's the first tournament of the calendar year for touch, which is weird when we're all breaking up from work, and we're looking forward to the end of the year. As we see here, Mahurangi, good scoop, just stepping off his right. Great work there from the number 4. Really good work on defence there, Sean.
Yeah, Lewis Honey just seems to have really found his feet on that defensive end of the field. He's doing it at both ends at the moment, and it's very good to see. As you say there, Maya, we've spoken about the energy and the enjoyment going around the tournament. No matter whether they're at the top end of that 41 or the lower end, all I've heard is glowing reports about how much the kids are loving being here, the enjoyment factor, and that's just awesome to see.
Thought there might have been a voluntary touch, got away with it, which is good. Yeah, and just walking around this morning before we come on to this live broadcast here, it's the whānau. It's so cool seeing the mum or a dad or our koro kuia watching, and they're just so proud. They couldn't care if it's 17-0. They're so proud whenever they see their tamariki out on the field representing their school with pride.
As we see Mahurangi charging up the field here, a long-range pick like we spoke about earlier. Nothing quite on that close side for them there. As Lincoln will look to dominate through this field as they get quite an early roll ball in the field position.
Yeah, pretty contrasting ways of how the tries have been scored. Lincoln tend to be scoring off the back of some good, Mahurangi off the back of good yards, and Lincoln really, it's been when they've had a fresh set down on the scoreline.
Yeah, we tend to look at the static play, and I think that is what Lincoln seems to be doing quite well. When they're getting those resets, they are really making the most of the recount and the position of the field that they're in, whereas we see Mahurangi coming on here, Durban Burgess with the ball, as I'm sure they'll look to see this flow go again with what has been a strength, and there's that call again. Yeah,
and really untimely for Mahurangi and timely for Lincoln as we just dip into the last 30 seconds of this half. So Lincoln will get their full set here. If they can get another one before the halftime break, Sean, 4-2. Oh, just those errors.
And as we've spoken about this whole first half, Maya, we just need the players to probably adjust their game a little bit more. We probably haven't seen either side do it more so than the other. I'm sure that'll be a talking point in the half break. As we see the clock winding down, both sub-boxes yelling out to their players. There's only a matter of seconds left. And there sounds that hooter. They will get one tap ball here before the break, as we see Lincoln try to play with it a little bit. happy to give up that touch. Kua mutu te hawhi tuatahi o tēnei kemu, te kemu tuatahi o te rā whakamutunga hei kona.
Get Christmas ready with our lowest prices. This is the perfect time to set up for Christmas. Lighting can really help make those really special moments. Decorations, just to make things look ready. You want to make sure that everything's right. We can help you make it a Christmas to remember.
Get the turkey on the smoker barbecue, $199. Relax on this timber bench set, $299. Be sun safe with a 2.5 metre market umbrella, $59.
When you find a competitor's lower price on the same stocked item, we'll beat it by 15%. Lowest prices are just the beginning.
This isn't about cameras. It's about getting a better shot, so you can get a better result. A great photo of your property is more important than a picture of our agent.
Sport is about more than just the game. It's about going from teammates to best mates. It's the high fives and helping hands. It's learning when to back yourself or back your buddies. It's actually being excited to get out of bed early on a Saturday. Sport is about more than just the game. That's why Caltex is proud to help fuel school sports.
Tēnā tātou, e te iwi nau mai hoki mai ki tēnei whakapāhotanga o te whakataitai pāwhitu pāro o ngā kura tuarua o Aotearoa. The Bunnings National Secondary Schools touch competition. Welcome back as we have the final shots here of the chat going on with Lincoln High School. A very tight, awesome plate final we've got going on here, Maya.
Yeah, 3-2 to Lincoln. It was a really, really good half. End to end, some really nice tries, and then some tries that come out of nowhere. But still, the story for me so far in this first half is Alicia Robinson. I just can't get over it. 9th game, played every single minute. That's a real effort, and there's so many of the wahine in these teams that we've had here this week that do the same. Pretty good performance from our referees, very consistent in the way that they're interpreting the situations that they're seeing. Second half, again, if one team scores, I hope the other team does too, because the drop-off committee really want to start the day on the right note with a drop-off.
Ai, kua kōrero hia e māua te kaha o ngā wahine katoa, huri noi tēnei whakataitai, no reira, he mihi kawana ki ngā wahine me ngā tāne katoa. As we see Lincoln coming quick off the tap, matched well by the defence of Mahurangi.
Want to set things up here as they go into the 5th touch. Little backdoor play, wrap around. Oh, haven't seen that too much over the last 2 and a bit days. That was quite nice.
Yeah, as we will see coming up very shortly in the replay, Lincoln College just going about probably what would have been a little bit of a playbook move here as we see the sweep coming round. The check to the link, a great flat ball, and then just that follow line. A great play that I agree, Maya, we haven't seen at all this weekend.
Yeah, definitely not. Normally they're trying to get on the outside of their Lincoln score, but just pass that back in, and it was definitely something that was organised, as you've seen the number 24, Rennie Frame, following in there.
Yes, I'll be definitely earmarking that play to take to training this week, Maya. Great right to left, long ball going out. Seems to be the weapon here for Mahurangi. Unfortunately, the ruling not meant to be.
Forward pass. German Burgess is flat-footed and just flung that 20 metres across. It was a great catch, but unfortunately, as you said, forward. Yes. Smith would have been in for a first.
I have no doubt that his older brother George will be at home watching this, and he'll be giving him a little bit of stick for that ball going back forwards there, Maya, but I'm sure he'll have some more attack coming forward here as we see Durban Burgess with the ball. Well defended there by the 18 of Lincoln High School. Matthews doing very well on the line.
Lanyon and Durban Burgess just working in here together. Wouldn't be surprised if number 9 Lucas ends up I thought he might end up going on the back doors. We see some space.
Matthews just up for it at the moment, doing very well against his opposite middle there. And there's that call again, unfortunately just not stepping over the ball.
Yep, just a lack of attention to detail there, Sean. I think that's the second time Devin Burgess, unfortunately, has been called on from that. And from experience as a referee, once you see a player do something one or two times, you tend to start to anticipate that that might happen by that player in the future, so you look a little bit more. So hopefully Tommy Devin Burgess can fix that one up so the referee can stop seeing him do it.
Yeah, and as we talk about, both coaches will be big on their one percenters and hoping to get through the field in order to get that strike. As we see a great touch made there to cause the error, we'll just be hoping to see both teams clean up the mistakes a little bit. Whakaataa the score, 4-2, nothing in it. All we need to see, Maya, is a little bit more accuracy from both sides, and I'm sure the game will open up a little bit more.
I tell you what, Sam Taylor, the ref, had his carrots this week because he is not missing anything. Number 10, Callum Boyd has the ball now. Oh, beautiful little tip on. Good defense there from the winger.
We see Lincoln coming tight to their sub-box line here. The yards have been very impressive from both sides here as they look to check a little bit further back and potentially get around the outside here. And how pivotal the yardage have been from all sides this weekend. Awesome to set those platforms up for those strike players coming off the later end.
We haven't seen a, as you refer it to, as a sneaky play so far. We've seen a lot of those in day two. Good work there from the 13 from Lincoln. Forward passes again. Maka Whakamua. Our third forward pass of the game. It was really good work there from the 13 from Lincoln. Knew that the defender was offside, just played through him. Looked like a nice pass, but unfortunately just came forward out of the hands.
Yeah, as we see the effects of day three starting to roll in. Hands on hips, hands on legs a little bit in the sub box, but no doubt by the time they get out on that field, they will give their absolute everything, as we've seen this whole tournament. As we see Durban Burgess coming out of half here. Finds the first chopper. Well defended there by Liam McGee. A great presence in that middle there.
Yeah, Kai Tiltman, he's been pretty sharp on defence as well, doing a lot of work off the ball and on the defensive side, as we see him there, taking the third touch. And number 35, Jazz Pywell. The girls are really the engine room in that transition area, aren't they, Sean?
Yeah, most definitely. We've seen that be a huge factor as we see a great flow-on effect of what you were just talking about, Maya. The hard yards, the hard mahi put in down this close side by Al Wahinet, and it gives a great platform for the Tāne to go down that end and express themselves a little bit more, as we see on the Bunnings warehouse free play here. There's that man again with the brown hat on. He does the footwork, he does the speed on the outside, feeding it to number 8, Bowman, for a great try.
Chauncey Bowman won't be the last, even though it's his first today. 5-2. Drop-off committee just starting to get a little bit nervous as there's a 3-try separation. Mahurangi now, though, will be looking to strike back straight away.
Yeah, and the penalty just drawn there from the Mahurangi attack. Not quite getting back on side. Very good speed out of the ruck there by the number 16 from Mahurangi. Max Matthews. Just losing his footing there.
Matthews and Young. Bit static in the middle. Probably need to get the defence to be moving side to side, Sean, and maybe a back plate. Well, here we see a bounce out with the number 6, Barnaby Paul.
Yeah, very well defended there by the Lincoln. Number 22, Perrott, up for the challenge there, just as equally as we see Mahurangi really looking to try put on some pressure here. They've got to make some big plays as we see the 8th minute approaching. 8 minutes to go here in this plate final.
Yeah, talking to one of the parents involved with the Lincoln team, they talked about Denver Perrott as being a real leader within the wahine of the Lincoln team, so it's great to see that the girls in that team have someone like her to follow. Did we get it to pass away in time? Looks like he did. No, he didn't touch and pass. I thought it might have been.
Ai, makato muri tērā. Unfortunately, not just getting the pass away in time. Just going back, Maya, to what we spoke about with our wahine toa down here at this tournament, just an integral part of each team that has taken the field in this live stream game. we see them really being the glue of each team and holding them together. Also the engine rooms, as you said, without them, these boys would really, really struggle. And so I'm just very impressed by all of the wahine that have taken the field over the duration of this weekend.
For sure. Well, Lucas Membry couldn't quite link up with his outside player. 5:27 to go, plenty of time. Obviously, Sean, 7.5 minutes. You can score 7 tries, really, if you wanted to in this time. But I just think for Mahurangi, they want to be a little bit more accurate through that transition phase so they can have lift their percentages up.
Well, as you say, Maya, very scary what can happen in 5 minutes. Based on my own experience, we like to break our trainings down into 5-minute intervals at 100%, and to see what we are capable of doing in 5 minutes, it just makes me wonder what these kids are going to be able to do as well out here, as we see Devin Burgess back on the ball with 7 minutes counting down on the clock. We'll like to see him be a bit of a strike player here.
Look in the background and see the crowd around field 4. It's the semi-final of this mixed grade over on field 4 there between St. Andrews, I think it is. Oh, look at this is what I like about last day too, the crowd really building up. We've had some great crowds here on day 1 and 2, but definitely everyone took Sunday off to come watch the touch.
Yeah, absolutely. And a special mention goes out to our Uffie crew around the fields. Everyone that's helping out in whatever the capacity may be to help keep the field safe and in order. A big mihi to you guys, and thank you very much for all of the mahi that you have done this weekend.
Innes looking to link up. I thought he was going to get through. Pulled things back, just setting things up now.
I think we'll start to see a little bit of gamesmanship here out of the Lincoln High team. The coaches will be wanting them to, first things first, execute well and get completions at the end of each set, but I'm sure they'll be wanting to manage the clock a bit better too, as they are still in the lead by 3 here in the closing 5 minutes of this game.
You've spoken about that all 3 days around managing the clock. What does that look like?
Well, to me, managing the clock looks like turnover speed, not rushing to pick the ball up to get your turnover to work out of the field. As soon as you get that ball in the roll ball, the effort areas don't change. You still keep working hard right the way through the field, but as you're looking to finish a try, if the result is not a try, you want to finish as far away from their sub box as possible, which makes them work twice as hard.
Is that something that everyone intuitively knows, or is that something you intentionally train?
I think it's definitely something that you intentionally train, and it's also something that high-level coaches are real big on. It's something that is a very important tactic, and I think if done well, can really be the defining of games.
And another one of the cool aspects that we find around the field is boom boxes bigger than the person carrying them.
Oh, without a doubt. I have seen numerous rolling around this weekend. You tend to hear them about 4 fields away before you see them.
4 minutes to go. Mahurangi just unfortunately a few mistakes in a row. Sam Taylor, I'm telling you, he must have been eating carrots for breakfast, lunch and dinner, because he has not missed a single thing.
No, you're dead right there, Maya. I think Mahurangi will be feeling a little bit disappointed with the way they have given a few too many penalties in this second half here. We see them go to this left side. That follow play again that we saw earlier on, matched well by the defensive stop there of the Mahurangi middle.
How fast is Devin Lee, the link there, number 11, for Mahurangi? Her chase out there was incredible.
Yeah, a true asset, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. They say the ball beats the man, but that definitely doesn't beat Devin Lee, because holy moly, she was quick chasing out there.
Oh, for sure. An asset to have in this Mahurangi side, as we see the defense matching up very well there to the link chopper. As Lincoln look to press them, doing very well to suffocate them a little bit here in their own half.
Yeah, I think Mahurangi are helping them out a little bit in terms of getting quite congested on those lines. If they could just be, I don't know, be courageous and maybe send a set down the middle, I think that'll get them further off the way, as we see a beautiful scoop here. No touch called. This might be the start of the comeback. Great work here from Mahurangi.
I think so, Maya. Max Matthews with an incredible power scoop from that long range distance I was talking about before. To have the ability, this touch is about on the 10-metre line, just inside, to have that ability to go straight through. No touch made or the play-through call given. A great support line there, and an awesome try to bring it back to just 2 separating the teams here, as there is just over 3 minutes to finish this game.
Definitely not what they would have wanted after scoring. That's all right. They can. Sometimes it's not a bad thing, right? The attacking team doesn't have momentum coming into your line and the whole team's set so they can get into their structures, lift the comms up. And here we see
the slam dunk committee is going to be back before the drop-off committee are here. Maya, a massive slam dunk going down on the left link side there for Lincoln College, as we see here in the Bunnings warehouse replay of the try. A great setup, just drawing in the defence in the middle there. And there's that man, number 18, I believe it was, Matthews, with the big boot back and the big slam dunk to finish the try. Taking the lead out, Ono ki te toru, with e rua ngā miniti e toi ana, 2 minutes to go.
Lanyon didn't think someone touched him, but they did. But here he is. He looks really energised. 2 to go. Mahurangi, let's go Mahurangi. You can score here, as we see Lanyon working in the middle with the number 9. Lucas Membry.
As you've said, the referees are just seeing everything, aren't they? They've made a great touch there. Well officiated, well managed, as Mahurangi look to come back to the end of the field. The ball just thrown out to the wing there as they look to try finish on their far side box. Lincoln will just look to run the clock a little bit here.
There she is, Alicia Robinson. She's not slowing down for no one. She sprinted over there and got it.
She did, didn't she? Oh, wow. The effort here is to be 3 days in, playing every minute of every single game. The ball goes out of the field and still running to get it. That's what we like to see.
Nice press here from Mahurangi. Really good to see. They have not thrown the white flag. Oh, this might be their opportunity. Great catch. There's that leader in the Wahine. Denver, Purett. Oh, nice little tip-on play. Just getting those extra yards. Draw and pass on the wing. Oh, a tad forward. Unlucky there from Alicia Robinson. She'd scored too many. Wanted to share the joy of scoring a try, but unfortunately that pass just drifted forward.
She looked very quick down that left wing side. Unfortunately, he maka whakamua a forward pass into her support line player who had given her the initial pass, as we see Mahurangi look to work out of their half. Just over 20 seconds. They want to try get one final play here, I think, as we see the boys coming through the middle. That power scoop coming again from Max Matthews. A great pass, getting on the outside.
Oh.
In the dying seconds, just unable to hold on.
Just a forward pass there. I tell you what, I reckon there's been more games than not that the hoot has gone and there's been a penalty after it. And yesterday we had a couple where there are 2 penalties after it. And as I say that, we have a second penalty. I think one of the Mahurangi players might have been just saying, "Ref, you've had a great game today." The ref didn't quite hear him too well, and we've got another penalty. I'm sure Lincoln will just tap this ball and wind it down to a finish of a great game.
Yeah, as we see a little bit of potentially a Barbarians play going there. But a great finish to what was a great plate final. Kua mutu te kemu tuatahi mo tēnei rā. Lincoln High School coming out victors over Mahurangi College 6-3.